What's up guys, I'm Watson with Watson's Tone Supply. This is a Gretsch G2420T in gold. Let's get after it. Alright, well, you heard it, now let's talk about it. This is my Gretsch 2420T. It's in gold, and I love it. And I love a lot more about it than I dislike about it. So let's talk about what I don't like. First and foremost, the knobs had to go. They had the orange, amber, gold, whatever knobs on it, and they were terrible, and I didn't like them. They were plasticky, they felt dumb, they looked stupid, and they declassed the class of this instrument. Like, this is gold and pretty and beautiful and everything, and these chunks of plastic just weren't doing it for me. I get it. It's the cheap end of the Gretsch line. However, come on, these weren't that expensive. I mean, granted, comparatively, but, so, speaking of these, I had like these kind of vintage style radio looking knobs, and they're incredible and they look sick and they really class this instrument up. So I made that mod. It's sick. If the orange amber ones are your vibe, they're your vibe. Own it, roll with it. They weren't mine. I got rid of them. Carry on. Tuners are okay. They're good. Like, they're fine. If one broke, I wouldn't go OEM. I would get locking ones. There's no sacrilege there, but they work fine right now. They feel good, but you know, I'd probably change them. The Bigsby was fine when I got it. I had to make 2 small modifications to make it perfectly playable and valuable for the live stage, but one of them wasn't even the Bigsby at all. It was the nut. I added some graphite powder to the nut to allow the strings slip through there better, and then on the Bigsby itself I added a Vibramate string spoiler. And all that is just an additional plate that allows you to put your strings on the plate instead of the Bigsby itself, and that keeps the strings from kind of slipping from side to side as you're using the Bigsby. And also, whenever you're changing strings, you just put the strings right underneath the little thing instead of having to wrap around. You don't need 8 hands. It's great. If you don't have a Bigsby that's string through, get one of these. It's like $20 to $30. It's worth it for peace of mind alone. And then the last thing that I really didn't like was the pickups. Now, you just heard them, you might have thought, oh, come on, man, this sounded fine. Yeah, with work, they sound fine. They're Gretsch Broadtrons. If they're your sound, again, that's your sound. That's cool. This guitar is marketed towards rockabilly dudes. I don't even know what rockabilly is. I listened to Volbeat once. Does that count? But at the end of the day, I'm a praise and worship guy. I use this on Sundays and Wednesdays. I want it to have a certain sound, and these pickups just aren't it. So I'm going to pull them out. I'm actually going to do a comparison between these and a set of my humbuckers in a later video. But I'm pulling these out, and I'm putting in Guitar Fetish Surf 90s. Now, I know anyone in the community heard Guitar Fetish and just kind of winced a little bit. Yeah, I get it. Not all their stuff is top-notch. These pickups are. This is my favorite set of pickups from any manufacturer. Because they're humbucker-sized Dynasonics. Like, that's so sick. So I'm putting big fat single coils in here, and I'm really excited about it. Obviously, I'm probably going to do some stuff with pots and electronics and such, but that's going to give me the sound I want out of this guitar. Other things that I don't like, the pick guard can go. I'm going to make another one. They'll look a little bit better. This one's okay, but it's also very staticky, which is weird. I've never had that with a pick guard before. Cool. Things that I love about this guitar. Nearly everything. So the finish is incredible. Like, this gold is one of my new favorite colors. I love it. The binding is great. The actual assembly of the guitar feels really solid, doesn't feel flimsy. Again, this is the cheap end of the Gretsch range, but it doesn't feel like it. Like, it's still really nice. Granted, it's still like $650 new, but whenever you hear cheap end of anything, you have kind of thoughts of how it's gonna feel. This feels great. It feels like home to me now. I love it. I've only had it for like a week. I hate gloss necks, but this gloss neck feels phenomenal. Feels fast. I love it. The nut is great after you put graphite on it. The Bigsby was great after I added the Vibermate. The bridge is pinned, and that is so sick. If you have a Gretsch guitar that has like an archtop tailpiece like this and it's not pinned, I'm so sorry. But this one is, and so it's awesome. And if you don't know what that means, that just means that essentially this tailpiece can move if it's not pinned, and that makes setups, string changes, everything very silly because it moves around, and that's changing your intonation as it moves. So that sucks. Let's see. The size feels good. I was telling Ben I didn't like it at first because it felt really big and kind of silly, but I'm a big dude. This feels great. I'm really liking it. The inlays are gorgeous. The fretboard is nice. The frets feel great. All in all, great guitar. Highly recommend it. If you do rockabilly, this is probably ready for you out of the box. If you do the P&W stuff, you may need a little bit of work, you know, to get it right where you need it to be. But that's what I'm doing. So again, would I recommend this? Probably. Yeah, probably. If someone said I want to do this for this thing, yeah. But if it was for P&W, I'd advise you to change a few things and go from there. But I just did like that, you know, silly ambient doom thing at the beginning, and it felt really good for that. That's why I did that. But if I want to do sparkly, like post-rock, ambient, Coldplay worship stuff, I would definitely make some modifications to this. But anyway, this has been a Gretsch 2420T. I'm Watson, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.